From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?
Computer running slow?
I'm waiting.
Caught a virus?
Wait.
Does your computer seem to have a life of its own?
Malfunction. Need input.
The computer guru is here.
Thank God you're here!
Call in now.
Now it's Mike Swanson, your computer guru.
Hello and welcome to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. Once again, that's 520-790-2040. Got Tara clicking away over here. That's what she does.
Yep.
Hey, Tara.
Hi.
And Kent doing his thing over there.
Here. Good morning, Mr. Guru.
Present.
Bueller.
Oh, man. And we've got you, the listener, who may or may not have technology issues that you would like solved. And if you would, then you should give us a call. 790-2040. You can also join somebody in the chat. Are you in the chat yet?
I am there, but I don't know if I've signed in yet.
Well, you can go to the chat also. You can go to gurushow.com/chat if you want to ask your question via the text method. Because, well, and I'll be in there after the first break because I never go in there. I make an entrance. I go in after the first break of the show just because the beginning of the show is just too busy. There's too much going on, man.
There's 5 people, including myself, right now.
What do you know?
And we just started, so
there you are. So go chat at Tara if you want. Gurushow.com/chat. Alrighty then. What are we going to talk about first? Virtual reality headsets.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Let's do it.
All right. So here's a list, according to iPhoneGlance.com, of the 5 headsets that they recommend you take a look at this holiday season, just because, you know, VR headsets are kind of a thing right now.
Just a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. You know, you can sort of see it. You can see it happening.
Sort of, kind of.
Unfortunately, you know, the one that I was thinking about is not on there.
Which one were you thinking
Well, I'm
of?
thinking about the Daydream thing because I've got the...
Oh, yeah.
I've got this
You got the
fancy Pixel phone.
Yeah.
And
what I hate you for.
That's right. You don't remember it? You still hate me?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
remember that now.
So we're actually going to make this 6, even though their list is 5. But I'm going to start with the Google Daydream headset.
Okay.
Which is, I guess it's just a kind of a fancy version of the cardboard.
Pretty much.
So
Looks more comfortable, though,
it does.
than putting cardboard on your face.
Yeah. And the thing is that, like, my skin is ridiculous. Like, it hates all materials, right?
It hates all the things.
It hates all of the things. So, like I can't even put, like, Band-Aids on, right? I am allergic to adhesives. And it's very, very unpleasant. So anything that I have to think about putting on my face, I know I'm going to have some type of adverse reaction to.
Yeah.
So the cardboards seem like I have no idea what that little foamy material is made out of, and it kind of frightens me.
Well, I'm sure you could look it up. Maybe.
I probably could, but, you know, it's...
Patent office or something.
Yeah, but even Band-Aids, man, come on. Yeah, everything makes me unhappy.
That's not cool.
It isn't. Like, I burned myself a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Badly, right? Or I have a bunch of irritation, right, on my arm around where I was burned because I put a Band-Aid on, and it's still there, like 2 weeks later.
I remember you had a big gash on I think it was on your arm a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I cannot use bandages. Anyway, I guess I'll just have to bleed out next time. It's just, that's the plan.
That's the way to go.
Windex.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Windex.
What?
Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Just spray Windex on
Oh,
it,
the
man.
movie?
Mm-hmm.
The father's answer for everything was Windex.
Windex.
That's right.
I had friends that used to use super glue.
I've used super glue. I cut myself badly once while working, and because I had these fancy wire cutters, and I was cutting wire, and I chopped through a finger.
Oh my gosh!
No. I was bleeding so bad. I was just like, well, what do I have here? I have super glue, and
it works. I don't know if it's healthy, but it works.
It hurts. I'll tell you that much.
We got a bleeder.
Yeah. It's super glue is useful stuff, man. Okay, so let's quickly go through our list here. Their list is as follows: the Samsung Gear VR headset, which is of course Rob's favorite because he likes Samsung phones, and that should be a reason for him not to get a good review on his employment review this year. But it is a very nice headset. I have to give them that. It has its own little sensors built in for better gyroscopic stuff, and works pretty well.
Cool.
Also has all kinds of adjustments in case you wear glasses and all kinds of other stuff.
That's
to
bonus
help you
for
out.
me.
Right. Number 2 on their list is the Google Cardboard. Oh, by the way, the cost on the Samsung it's somewhere between $70 and $130.
That's not bad.
And those are pretty all right. The Google Cardboard,
It's like $20.
$20. That's right. And
It looks like a empty tissue box.
and they are literally made out of cardboard.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Now you can pick these up down at SWS, by the way, if you want
Can
to
you
check
really?
one out. Yeah, they sell them at the
Maybe
front
I'll
desk
do
up
that.
there.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, $20 turns your phone into a VR headset. It's not bad. Not bad. And it's cheap,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you want to experience VR on the cheap,
The price is definitely right.
right? This is the price point is correct, sir, because it's cardboard,
Yes.
and apparently it turns into like an old pizza box after a while, according to people that I've heard talk using those. But
Man. So what's number 3?
I'm sorry. The Incredisonic View Series VR. It's $50 to $70.
I don't think I've ever heard of this one.
Never heard of them either, but it has a remote and it's kind of cool.
And it looks like it can use a plethora of phones.
It uses most of the phones, and it's kind of all right. It even uses the iPhone, which is one of those things that doesn't. They're now coming out with like Google Cardboard stuff for the iPhone and all that, but. To have something that's natively good with all of them is kind of a rarity. The Aki VR headset.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's the same price as the cardboard.
Well, a little more. It's like $22, but yeah, it's nice.
We're trying to convert in our head, and it's not working because the Google Cardboard is 15 pounds. And
Yeah.
the Aki is $14.99
In pounds, right? But I looked these up on Amazon.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did some research this
There you
morning.
go.
And it's not made out of cardboard.
No, it's not.
It's all right. It'll mess up your hair. That's cool. Not mine.
Yeah.
And the last one, if you want to drop $450, is the PlayStation 4 VR headset. No.
And that requires you to have a PlayStation 4, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah, so
close
it's
to $800.
yeah, considerably more than the others on the list, but is kind of nice.
I've heard very good
The
things.
reviews are great. I've been watching videos of people fall down wearing these all this last week, so they must be good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so if it can disorient you so much that you fall down in a shopping mall, then yes, that's apparently working. So take a look at the VR headset if you want something that's relatively inexpensive, unless you get the 5th one there.
Yeah, there you go.
That you can give to just about anyone who has a smartphone. They'll help you out, as far as a cheap gift done. All right, don't like the person that much, give them a VR headset. That way
Give
you can
them a
watch
cardboard.
them. Yeah, you can watch them throw up. That's
There
Walk
you
into
go.
a wall, something.
some people get very, very motion sick in the VR world.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Well, they may get sick, but I'll bet they don't bleed.
They probably don't. Well, it depends on what they fall on. You
Fall off a cliff.
But as long as there's a bunch of Band-Aids, they'll be all right.
Oh, I can't do it. Can't do it.
Listen to you ever since you came on the air, and I find you interesting, and I look forward to Saturdays.
Well,
My
thank you very
first
much.
question is, you convinced me to get out of my 9-year-old Toshiba running Vista for the last 9 years, and go to Windows 10 for increased security, and that's a good point. And I was running Google Chrome. Google Chrome on the old computer, and it was fine. I've got Vista, not Vista, Verizon.
And they both start with
5
V.
gig data limit per month, which I pay for. And I've never used more than 3 to 5 gigs, or 2 to 3 gigs per month. I got the Windows 10, and it chews up 500 megs just about every 24-hour period, which runs me short before the end of the month. How can I get around or reduce the Windows 10 data appetite to less than 5 gigs a month?
Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that you can deal with this. One of which is to disable all of the metrics that Windows 10 is sort of sending back and forth. There's a lot of data it's collecting about the machine itself and the software that's being used and all of that stuff. And you can turn that stuff off. There's you can go through it manually, or there's a couple of utilities out there that will help you turn them all off all at once. The other thing that you should do, though, is that you can tell Windows 10 that you are on a hotspot. You can say, hey, I have limited bandwidth on this connection. And it will force Windows to live within whatever boundaries or parameters you set for that.
Oh, okay.
So you can tell it, hey, I have a data cap, and my data cap's only 5 gigabytes a month, and it will then help you stay under that, and it'll even warn you if you're video watching or your web page surfing or email checking is going to go over that limit.
That's great. Now, you said there's some programs too that'll do it for me. I could care less about having any apps that I see, and there's a lot of them on Windows 10. And I just use it for Gmail, and then every morning checking the international finance situation, stock markets.
Right.
And it's a leisure tool that I use. I'm not interested in all the new stuff. So I like Google because of the increased security, and I could do without all the bells and whistles.
Right.
So is there? Can you give me a website that will do it for me?
Well,
And I'll also try talking to them and saying, hey, I don't want to exceed 5 gigs.
Okay, so those are two different things. But I will. Do you have any social media? Do you use either Facebook or Twitter or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Are you subscribed to the newsletter?
No. I've got your website.
Yeah, how am I supposed to communicate with you, man? Come on. All right, so in the show notes for this show, so if you go to gurushow.com, when the podcast comes out, which will probably be Monday. Sometimes it's on Sunday, but it's usually Monday. In the notes for that, we will put a link to an application that will help you turn off all of the Windows 10 background data stuff. And
you work miracles. That's exactly what I wanted. I will be there Monday, and looking forward to it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the call, Mike. Additionally, we will put a link so that you can actually set your data cap limit in Windows.
Okay, good.
And that'll be helpful.
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing is when I get close to it, I just go back to my old computer with Vista and Google Chrome. Could I download Google Chrome on the new computer, and would that shut out Windows 10?
All right. First part of the question, yes, you can put Chrome on there. Second part of the question, have no idea what that means, but as far as it not using Edge, sure.
But that isn't what's eating up the data, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to follow exactly what you suggested, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the call. Let's take a moment to mention our sponsor. That would be Perfection Auto Works. You can visit their website at perfectionautoworks.com. They do a fantastic job. You know what? That Mike should go down there. He should go down. Mm-hmm. The last caller there. He should go down and talk to Perfection Auto Works and complain about his data usage to Mike.
There you go.
Because that way he knows that he came from listening to this show. Mike should be like, why are you talking to me about this? can talk to the guru, man.
3 mics.
Yeah. So anyway, get your 26-point inspection for free.
Free.
There you go. And it's just the right price. They'll help you out. Listen to their ad coming up next, right here on the Computer Guru Show.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice. Your technology guru, Mike Swanson, is answering all your questions one by one.
Yes, science!
So chime in with yours. The website is gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we got 2 hacking stories.
Those are the only ones I included this week.
Yeah, but which one do you think that we should start with first?
Oh, man.
The one where it takes mere seconds to get your bank card hacked, or the FBI gains a whole bunch of new powers?
You know, I don't really want to talk about the FBI, so let's go with 6 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, because the FBI is just...
Yeah.
That's a rant in itself.
Yep.
It certainly is. So let's go ahead and talk about the multiple seconds here. I got to find that story now.
I do too. I'm looking. I made the list
I had
too
it
long
open
this week.
I got too many tabs open.
Here it is. I found it.
You found it.
Yes.
Okay. So it turns out that there's a couple of weaknesses in the payment processing arena, which we all know about.
Yeah.
Right? There are some weaknesses inherent in all systems. But it turns out if you take 2 of these sort of minor vulnerabilities and you combine them into a singular vulnerability, you just say, I'm going to take the aspects of both of these and use them together. Turns out that you can, if you know the first 6 digits of any credit card, which, by the way, is the same for most people because that identifies the card type and the bank by which it was issued.
Yep.
Those first 6 digits are the same for many, many people. It turns out that that within 2 seconds, they can go from not knowing anything more than the first 6 digits to knowing the rest of it. And you give them 4 more seconds, they can also figure out the expiration date and the 3-digit PIN, or 4-digit if you're an American Express, the security code for that card, 6 seconds or less.
That's scary.
It is pretty darn
Really
scary.
And they just sent me a new bank card because
Already hacked.
yeah, I know, right? They didn't give me the chip one right away, and I didn't ask for it because I didn't want it.
Right.
And they forced me to take it.
Right, because
So
if you
I'm
don't have
not
the chip
happy.
one, you don't get the fraud protection. So, yeah, you needed that.
I know. It's just now I have to deal with the chip thing.
The chip thing is slow, and
Yeah.
it's
You know what, though? I've been going into gas stations recently instead of using the pump
right.
because I don't know what to really look for. So I'd rather just go in and pay for it.
You know what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna do that. We should do a couple of videos that we can put up for patrons that show what to look for when you go to gas pumps to avoid having your credit card information stolen.
Stoled. That would be helpful because, yeah, I look at it and I'm like, it looks like a card thing. I don't know what I'm looking for.
All right, so we'll do one of those for patrons. There is anyway. They found this vulnerability, which allows there is no limit to bad credit card numbers when you're doing the payment processing thing.
Right.
So these researchers have found out that if you tell multiple websites to try to charge different combinations of card data, it'll never stop you. So effectively, you have unlimited number of guesses. And if you have hundreds of websites doing this, submitting 20 or 30 at a time, they can basically derive all of your credit card information in a few seconds and then charge it. Now, the credit card companies themselves, by the way, this method only covers the ability to find that information, not necessarily successfully charge a card.
Okay.
Because the credit card companies themselves all have varying levels of sort of detection for that type of fraudulent activity. Mm-hmm. And Visa says that if you are affected by this, right, if something happens, of course they are going to protect you and they're going to make sure that you don't have to pay that. Mm-hmm. And gets taken away. And Visa's actually pretty good about that.
Yeah, they are.
The other companies decided that they didn't have a comment for the article.
Oh.
But Visa says they got you covered, and don't worry about it. But this is definitely something they should be thinking about as far as how are they going to implement some type of payment processing, like a firewall that's going to, or at least limit the number of attempts you get.
Yeah.
You know, if it fails at any point,
I would have thought there was a limit to begin with.
You would think, but I think it's in they're trying to make it faster. Mm-hmm. So I think that they have fewer and fewer checks and balances in place.
Gotcha.
Fewer firewalls to say, well, okay, let's not allow this charge or something along that line. But I think they're going to have to build something in that keeps track of attempts made by specific websites in order to block them. And say, well, sorry, until you figure out what's going on your end, either your website being hacked or this IP address being hijacked, that you're no longer allowed to try to submit credit card transactions. And it just seems like something that's very weak.
Yeah, extremely.
And I think that we find that basically everywhere when it comes to institutions that you would think have better securities in place, like hospitals and banking institutions as a whole. There is a certain weakness that is just like it's security through obscurity. You would think, you would just think maybe they would have a better firewall or better policies in place or better control over their end users to make sure that something nefarious and horrible isn't happening to, I don't know, everyone.
Yeah.
But it certainly seems like there is a lack of oversight by IT departments and to make sure that things are being handled right, properly, correctly. All right, then. Let's take a call here. Let's talk to Robin. Hey, Robin, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Lovely.
Good. Well, I was wondering if you knew anything about a service called Total Wireless.
Total Wireless?
Yeah. It was on the radio the other day. A guy was saying if you like everything about Verizon except for the price, here's a service that they don't want you to know about, and it's basically a cheaper version under the Verizon umbrella.
Okay.
And I looked it up a little bit online. It does exist, and I just wondered if you knew anything about it.
I do not. However, This is an excellent opportunity because lately Rob has been the resident, let's research these phone plans and figure out what we think about them.
Yeah.
So far with all of the, hey, if you like this one service, you'll really love this other one that's cheaper but uses the same towers type offers.
Right. Yeah.
Every one of those that we've seen so far has been, you'll love it if you almost never use it.
Oh.
And then suddenly it gets remarkably expensive otherwise.
Okay.
Mostly because they're still having to pay Verizon if they're running on their towers. And so you're adding an extra layer in there where somebody's making some money somewhere.
Okay.
So I would think that we'll have to take a look at that and figure out what we think. So maybe next week we can give you an answer on that.
Yeah, I'll be listening. Thanks so much for your help.
All right. Appreciate the call, Rob.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Rob actually just put a comment in the chat about it.
What did he say?
He said, Total Wireless is just a Verizon reseller. They're fine if you're okay with stuff like Cricket.
All right. So, by the way, previous caller, you can go to gurushow.com/chat if you want to ask Rob some questions because that's where he's at. Also, if you have questions about your website or anything like that, that's sort of Rob's day job. That's
sort of.
He's kind of the dude you ask for that.
A little bit.
Sort of. We're going to take a break. When we get back, more of your questions and hopefully less scary news. We'll be right back.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOI The Voice.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. Just spent some time contacting a local business to help Kent out here.
There you go.
This is a great segue into the fact that we're going to be reviving the local business spotlight. So if you are, specifically if you're one of my customers and you want to talk about your business on the air, you will get a segment where you can, 15 minutes, you get to talk about yourself.
Cool.
Cost you nothing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be for free.
And it's local. Local businesses, yeah.
We got to keep each other alive here because, it's cold outside, and being homeless is not this is not the time of year to do it in Tucson.
No, it's not.
In the summer,
It's still hot. So,
well, all right. So for like 4 months a year, it's okay to be homeless in Tucson. But I would prefer not to do it at all, if possible. So support your local businesses, if possible. And that would be fantastic. It would be great. And I would appreciate it. I really would. Wait, you okay over there?
I'm fine.
Okay. So, and this is not one of those 4 months. So support your local businesses,
it's
please.
not.
You can support Computer Guru by going down to the shop. You can take your broken computer down there. You can give us a call about your networks, all of that stuff, because that's what we do. Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get some.
Let's take a phone call. Let's talk to Dick. Hello, Dick. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Mike. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
I got a question concerning the ability to spot a malware that may be included in a PDF file.
May be included? You mean like there's a link, or do you think?
If the fact that a PDF file might contain malware, is there a practical way, a useful way in which to spot it before it becomes a potential issue, or to see if it has it?
Typically, you're not going to put anything malicious directly into a PDF other than a link to somewhere else for it to be malicious. That seems to be the trick these days, is that they're sending you an email that says, hey, we need to share this important information with you, and you open it up and it's a PDF. You open that PDF up, and then there's a link to something heinous somewhere else. And so don't click on the links. That's the big part. If you get a PDF that has web links in it, don't trust it.
No, understood. But just the opening of a PDF, I think you've answered the question. The opening of a PDF per se, that malware typically wouldn't be or can't be included, so that just opening a PDF would infect your system.
Right. There is no like side loading for PDFs that would allow a malicious piece of software to run at the same time. So if you open a PDF, the chances of you having any type of infection are almost zero just from opening a PDF. Now, what you do with the contents of that PDF, like I said, can be something different. So,
understood.
So, yeah, the opening a PDF in itself is virtually no risk.
All right. My paranoia is relieved. All right. Thanks very much.
I appreciate the call. Then in that case, we should probably mention that there is a new trick to get your machine infected with the Locky crypto virus. Now, Locky is gnarly when it comes to ransomware viruses. One, there's no way to undo it. And here's the scarier part. They've figured out how to make it so that clicking on a link or a photograph on Facebook or LinkedIn will infect your machine.
Yeah.
Potentially. And yeah, that's pretty terrifying, because I can tell people all day long, hey, don't click on that zip file because you're going to get an infection, or don't click on that link in that PDF because you're going to get an infection. But don't click on that picture on Facebook is a bit harder to convince people not to do.
A little bit.
So the way that it works is that they are basically putting up a preview of the image that you might want to click on. And, of course, the preview itself will not do anything bad to your machine. But a lot of computers, when they're viewing websites, will save a copy of that picture somewhere on the computer. Mm-hmm. And that computer will have a non-standard extension. And so when you go to execute that and you click on it, it then, of course, runs this non-standard extension and shows you the picture, but at the same time starts encrypting all the stuff on your computer. Now, Facebook's been known about this since September, and so far they haven't fixed it.
Well, they haven't fixed much of anything on here, so it doesn't surprise me.
It's because Zuckerberg's trying to figure out why he lost $3 billion in net worth over the last few months. It's probably because of fake news. I'm just going to go ahead and say that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Although I thought it was very interesting that Facebook put together a bot to spot fake news and eliminate it. And instead it highlighted a fake news story about the guy who made the bot for fake news. So there's just a little bit of
needs a little tweaking.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of work there,
yeah.
Mr. Zuckerberg. Like your bank account. I imagine his bank account's fine.
Yeah, it's probably...
He can lose $3 billion worth of net worth, and he's probably still able to eat. Right? I bet he's not hoarding up on the ramen, right? Or the mac and cheese. I imagine that he's probably doing all right still.
Yeah, probably. Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be nice to not have to live on, just exist on ramen and mac and cheese. That's what I'm saying.
I like ramen, but I don't use the little packet that comes with it.
What? How do you eat that stuff without the packet?
Well, I cook it like spaghetti, and then I drain it, and then I put ketchup on it.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
And there you have it.
Poor man's spaghetti. It's really good.
I don't even know.
Don't use barbecue sauce, though. It's disgusting.
I don't even know what to say to that. What?
You just watched me drink a cup of coffee with 12 packs of sugar in it. So
This is true. All right, so we're skipping the FBI story. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's just going to make me angry. And I don't need to be angry today.
No more anger. Unfortunately, the list is full of angry stuff.
So how about a lawyer sues a 20-year-old student who gave the lawyer a bad review on Yelp, and then the lawyer got hammered by the judge, basically.
Good.
So there was a student, a college student, who got into a car crash and was not doing well. Got hit by a drunk driver in the middle of the night and asked, for legal help. And the legal help she got was substandard, subpar. As in, like, going into her residence while she was asleep and waking her up in her own bed.
Oh my gosh.
Just
That's
bad
creepy
stuff going on. Anyway, so she left this bad review on Yelp, and the lawyer said, well, if you don't take this down, we're going to sue you. And so she refused. And so they took her to court and tried to sue her for $200,000 for a bad review. And she still refused to take it down, and basically got in front of a judge, and she managed to get a lawyer that picked up the case for free, pro bono lawyer.
Nice.
And he just said, you've already got bad reviews. There's no way that this lady is hurting your business. And, you kind of suck as a lawyer, so you just kind of have to live up to that. Oh, by the way, she's in Texas, which is kind of an important thing. Yeah. Because in Texas, you are protected. You can say anything you want about a company as long as it's true in your opinion. You notice how we say "in my opinion" a lot around here?
Yeah.
As long as it's in your opinion, and you can put anything you want out there, and you're protected from legal harassment.
As it should be.
As it should be. Too bad that doesn't.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Too bad it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist everywhere. Anyway, the judge ordered the lawyer to cough up $26,000, $27,000 almost, to pay this girl because they put her through the ringer.
Good. Sticking to her guns.
So let me tell you something about lawyers. Wait, we're not going off on rants today. There's none of that. All right, what do you think? Break time?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. We're going to take a break. Give us a call, 790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. That's 790-2040. Nickelback, Kent?
Yes.
Oh.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030, KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
If you'd like to join us in the chat, you can. gurushow.com/chat. There's a couple of lively conversations going on there. Look, even Slick's in there today.
Woo woo.
He's from another tech show.
Cool.
But I'll forgive it. I'll allow it. Mainly because not only because I like Slick, but I also don't have any way to kick anyone out of the chat room. So
good job, Rob.
Yeah, Rob has made it so I can't do anything, right? Because he didn't put the new chat module in yet like he was supposed to.
Called out.
Oh, Rob's busy.
Want some aloe for that burn?
I just like giving Rob grief,
Yeah,
especially when he's not here to defend himself.
You like giving everyone grief.
This is true.
It's your hobby.
I do enjoy
You like flying, photography, and giving people grief.
I don't know if it's that order, really. It could be a different order altogether.
Yep.
It could be giving people grief, giving people more grief, and flying in photography.
Yeah, could be.
Could be. I'm not going to confirm this. All right, I'm just saying it could be. It's a possibility. I also like helping people with their technology problems.
Yeah, you do.
If they call 790-2040. If they don't, then, they have to live with it because I don't know.
You can ask in the chat.
I'm not psychic.
No. You're just good with computers.
Yeah, when I was driving down the street a few years ago, and there used to be this psychic place on Grant.
Okay.
They had a big hand in the window, and they had this going out of business banner on their building, and I'm like, they should have known. They're psychic. Why would you even have started the place if you?
Oh no!
But they didn't. I guess I'm not going to any psychics anytime soon for that.
There you go.
Reason alone. All right, what are we talking about next?
I don't know. We're so derailed.
We are a bit derailed.
Did you see the Tesla gun?
I did see the Tesla gun. Now, by the way, we should go ahead and just throw this out there. If there are a few channels on YouTube that I think that you should subscribe to. One of them is mine, right? You can go to the Guru Show YouTube page and then hit subscribe. And then immediately afterwards, you should look up the Smarter Everyday channel. And
it's a great channel.
So there's this guy on there, Dustin, and he is an uber nerd, which I appreciate on all of its levels. Mm-hmm. And he travels all over the place doing really nerdy stuff, and I think it's great. And he explains to you what you can learn from all of these different things. But one of his most recent videos was pretty much all playtime, where they got to play with a handheld portable Tesla gun. Basically, he was able to shoot lightning on demand from a backpack. Basically, it was pretty cool. And make sure we put that in the notes because
it's really awesome.
It's pretty all right. Oh, let's see. Should we take a phone call about Samsung phones?
Sure.
All right, let's talk to Kevin. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Mike. Thanks for taking my call. Hi, Tara. Good morning.
Hi.
Quick question, guys. I got a Samsung Note 5. Used to be able to link it and back it up on my Toshiba laptop. I upgraded a couple weeks ago. I did some security update. Now, when I plug the phone in to the machine, it doesn't read the phone. Is there an update of some type that I should get from Samsung?
So what was the first update you mentioned?
I did the Windows 10 thing. I got some security update a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And for some reason now, so when you plug the phone in, tether it to the side of the machine, it comes up, it recognizes, it says it reads a Samsung phone, but it says no data found. So it doesn't read the data.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm wondering, I don't think that they're necessarily correlated, though.
Not at all. Okay.
So I'm thinking that the problem may be a problem with the phone that has nothing to do with your update.
Really? Okay. So I've used different cords, so it's not the cords. So you think I've got a broken phone, maybe?
A couple of different things that you can look at.
Please, yeah.
There is, when you plug in your device,
yep,
when you plug in the phone, there should be something along the top that allows you to select your USB mode.
Okay.
And so there's a bunch of different modes. There's
Okay.
like the view this device as a camera mode, or view this device as an external hard drive, or charge only mode.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you're in the right mode.
Okay. All right. I can go in and do that. I thought I did that because I checked that. And so you think I got it? So you think the mode select, like it gave me Bluetooth select if I wanted to do it Bluetooth. So I'll go in on the break here. Okay, I'll check the USB mode. That'll be the first thing. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And you're using USB to back it up, right? You're not using Bluetooth.
I'm using. Yeah, I don't trust Bluetooth at all.
Okay, so
It's
going to be something about that USB mode, in my opinion.
Okay. So there's nothing you're aware of on the interweb there that says anything about Samsung did some weird stuff with their software that would make this happen.
Not with the 5.
Not with the 5.
Yeah, because that one's old. It's not blowing up.
Okay.
Like the new ones are. So.
I'll give it a try, but listen, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being there. I'll give you a call after the break if I can't make it work, okay?
All right, you do that. Otherwise, you know what you do. You come down to the shop and we help you.
I'll do that, okay?
All right,
I
appreciate
will.
it.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Take care. You guys have a great weekend.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye.
Let's take a moment to mention our sponsors. That would be Perfection Auto Works and you. By the way, Perfection Auto Works, they're a great sponsor. We appreciate them. They help us out quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We would appreciate if you could show them some love. Even if that means calling them up and harassing them and saying, hey, Computer Guru says I should call you up and get my car in for my inspection, maybe an oil change. Do stuff like that so they know that people are actually listening.
And it's the holidays. People are traveling.
That's right.
You don't want to be stuck in like a Christmas vacation type of thing going on.
Yeah, you don't want your car to behave like a Samsung phone either.
Nope.
So you want to get because pack rats, they can make your car burst into flames.
Yeah, ask David.
The explosive pack rats. No, that's not how that works, is it? But no, they can chew up the wiring in your car and cause all kinds of problems. So they have something for that as well. It's a fancy little strobe light that goes under your hood, so it keeps the pack rats out of there. It's pretty fancy. Anyway, give them a call, check it out. Let them know that we sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, you guys. And so that would be the patrons of the show. You can go to patreon.com/Guru Show and donate as little as $1 a month to help out the show. Additionally, very, very soon, within the next couple of weeks, I think, we're going to start offering patron-only content. So that if you are a Patreon sponsor, then you get to see extra bits of this show. You also get to see some other stuff that we're doing, like we're going to blow up a whole bunch of Furbies in slow motion. It's going to be awesome.
I thought you'd forgotten about
we have
that.
Not.
No.
But also our other sponsor, Desert Pro, are they still doing it? Did they quit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet he forgot again. We'll figure that out at the break.
People understand my intention.
Computer running slow? I'm waiting. Caught a virus? Does your computer seem to have a life of its own?
Malfunction. Need input.
The Computer Guru is here.
Thank God you're here!
Call in now.
Now it's Mike Swanson, your Computer Guru.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. 790-2040 if you'd like to be part of the show. This is hour number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Dose.
This is the way we know what it is when we listen to the podcast later.
Yes.
Second hour.
Yeah.
Here we are. Or minute number 48 in the podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Because commercials don't make it in there. So, did you hear about Avalanche?
Little bit.
Right. It was a botnet of monstrous proportions that was recently shut down. It was infecting 500,000 active computers a day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. And a joint effort between Microsoft and a bunch of other entities managed to shut down a bunch of servers and or otherwise seize them and shut the crime ring down. These are the type of crime rings that these botnets are responsible for things like pushing out a lot of the spam you see out there. In addition, the cryptoware stuff that you're seeing out there in the world. Because, you hear about these CryptoLocker stuff that we talk about all the time, like Locky and all these others.
Yeah.
And it turns out that you, if you are interested, can head on over to the Tor network and sign up and be like, I'm going to give you, X amount of dollars in cryptocurrency. And they will customize a package just for you. And then you can start infecting people. And they can, you can make an estimated $300,000 a month off of these types of infections. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm trying to calculate how long my annual salary would take to make that much.
Yeah, and it turns out that even though
About 7 years.
Yes, I can understand why some people are doing this. I mean, I can see it. Some people, the dollar value on their ethical fiber and moral fiber is less than that.
Yeah,
I imagine. And I mean, I just look at it from the perspective of I see the trauma it causes people to get these types of infections, and it's terrible. It sucks, right? I could not imagine being the source of that type of pain, right? And you may look at it and like, oh, it's just money, right? But some of these businesses that get hit by this, they can't afford to lose everything. They can't afford the $2,000 or $3,000 it's going to take to get their data back from these places. And some places, they, whether it be through the fault of their own or not, they don't have a way to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And so these types of infections could very literally end a business, right? Put somebody out of business or make it so that they just could no longer function. And I couldn't imagine being the source of that type of pain. So, yeah, you won't see me signing up for, the hacker in a box sort of combo.
Can you supersize it?
Yeah, no kidding. But these things exist, and it's important for you to protect yourself from these types of things. Because they exist, they're so readily available, and it's basically turnkey terribleness when it comes to digital security. So it's like anyone with low moral content could very easily just say, yeah, I'm gonna drop the $500 it takes to get one of these kits, and then generate $300,000 a month, potentially.
Gosh, that's so much money.
Yeah, it's I can understand the draw.
Yeah.
And that's why there's such an upsurge in these types of infections. And so one of the things that we're adding to all of our GPS customers is basically an exploit blocker that will block, as far as we know, nearly all of the CryptoLocker infection types that are out there right now. And in fact, we haven't had anybody that's on the full GPS package have any type of problem with the CryptoLocker type stuff. We look at the reports at the end of the day, and there are literally thousands of blocked emails with some variant of the locker viruses in them, and it gets blocked. And just at the end of the day, at least 1,000, right? Where it's just like, oh yeah, that person was nearly taken by some type of CryptoLocker infection, but the antivirus that we put on there and the GPS stuff just makes it not happen. So if you need some help, if you want to make sure that you are better protected, then give us a call. You can call down to the shop at 304-8300. We can get you signed up, keep you protected.
Yep.
Because nobody wants to be, don't be a statistic.
Yeah. Now, if the bad guys want to be really malicious,
okay,
and they can't afford the $500, they could just spend $50 on a USB killer.
This is true. You could, and now these things have been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they have not been around at the $50 price point.
No.
But it's a USB device that you can purchase online for $50. And they have a couple of different versions of this, one of which you just plug it into any computer and it will obtain the usernames and passwords and basically let you into any machine. Now, this isn't just PCs. It's not, it's Linux machines, Macs, everything. Just plug it in. It gives you a username and password for anything you got. Or there's the much more destructive version where you plug it into into any computer and it destroys the computer
immediately.
pretty darn quickly.
There's
Yeah.
actually a video of it going around right now. The guy pops it in less than a second. It's boom, done.
Yep. It is basically a capacitor bank, a small capacitor bank on a stick. Charges up, discharges high voltage into the USB, and destroys the computer. It is not pleasant.
And you can get it for $50.
Yeah, on Amazon. No, just kidding. You can't get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Don't go looking for it on Amazon. In fact, unless you want to destroy your own computers, I would suggest you probably just don't go looking for that thing.
There's even a test stick for $15.
A test stick?
Yep.
Tell
so
me.
you can test it. You can try out the kill stick. $15.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Wait. Isn't that just the test, the killer itself? Or
I
is it
think
a one-time
I think
use?
it's a one-time use. It's called a test shield. And yeah, it costs $15, and you can try out the kill stick, watch the spark of electricity, and yeah.
Alrighty then. How about no?
No.
No. You don't want to get involved with that. That's what I'm talking about.
That's scary to think of, though, if somebody had malicious intent, though, and like say, I'm going to use a library because there's computers there. They just walk into the library and just start sticking this thing in every single computer and fry every single one.
Yeah, that would be no good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a whole lot you could do about it. Even disabling the USB pointers wouldn't save you.
They said the only thing you can do is physically cap it off.
Right, or disconnect them internally.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, so why? Some people are just mean, right? They go smashing windows. They go making
Popping
life
tires,
unhappy. You know?
knocking over mailboxes.
Right? Why would you do that?
I don't know. There's dumb people.
Hooligans, I tell you, hooligans. Digital hooligans.
Those heathens.
I don't like them. I don't like them one bit.
They do it for the lulz.
They do. And nothing we can talk about.
And they have no consideration for other people. That's really what it comes down to. Their mamas didn't raise them right. That's what happens.
This happens. Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the. I mean, I don't have anybody in my life that's like that. Right? I just don't know anybody that that behaves inappropriately like that, who would have no care or concern about the well-being of others. And I mean,
well, if you don't know anyone like that, then you're in the right circles, my friend.
I will tell you right now, I for advice for anybody that has drama in their life, that I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more, I just decided that I could not deal with drama in my life anymore. I didn't want to deal with any of it. And I just started, anybody who injected any type of drama into my life, and in the beginning it was any drama, I just cut them out of my life. I was done. I was like, I can't be around you anymore. And after a few years of that, just chopping people out, I will tell you that was the best decision I ever made. Right? And it even sucked at first because it was like, I like these people. I mean, I care about them. But they obviously don't care about themselves. And that was a bigger thing. Right? And I just had to get rid of everyone. And it was truly the best decision I've ever made. Just my life is so much less problematic now.
There you go.
And even though, I mean, I still have problems.
Yeah, well,
right?
everyone does.
All right, but now I know that if there's any drama in my life, I caused it. And I can't get rid of me.
There you go.
So, that's how that works.
Hey, you know what? We got a really good question in the chat.
What's that?
And it actually goes with something that we have in show notes, so we could probably talk about that after the break.
Okay. Well, let's take our break then. I can't now because Kent's not listening now. He can't even hit the buttons now. So as soon as Kent takes us to break, we will do that. And when we come back, we will answer your phone calls and or chat questions. GuruShow.com/chat if you want to participate, or give us a call, 790-2040. We'll be right back.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at GuruShow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice.
So if you visit us in the chat, you can go to gurushow.com/chat. You can also ask questions, but RTV in there has a question that says, do you think Bitcoin is a worthwhile way to make money? I'm fixing the typo there, I think. But yes, sort of. Yeah. I don't think that there used to be this great ability to do mining, right, where you could build your own Bitcoins and all of that. But now it costs you more in electricity than the cost of a single Bitcoin.
I think it's way oversaturated now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, the way that cryptocurrency works is that they get progressively harder to solve algorithmic computations. So that's what prevents inflation and also adds currency to the market. So in the beginning, it was super easy, right? You could, with a moderate machine, you could crank out several or even dozens of Bitcoins in a day. And now you're lucky to crank out a Bitcoin in a month with a high-end machine, maybe. And you'll spend more on electricity on that machine than you would make on a Bitcoin. Right now, a single Bitcoin is worth $700 some odd. All right, so they're kind of pricey.
Just a little bit. That's my mortgage.
And we're going to come back to this actually after this call here, but we're going to come back to this because there is the IRS recently basically subpoenaed Bitcoin and was just like, hey, guess what? We want records on all of your people to see if they're avoiding taxes because they are Coinbase is basically the world's largest Bitcoin sort of wallet manager bank-ish type thing. And yeah, that's an interesting story in itself. Let's go ahead and take a call here and we'll talk to Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hey, love your program as always.
Well, thank you.
Got a question. Actually, I wanted to comment on what you guys were discussing last weekend.
Okay.
You had talked about a company that you were working with that ended up paying the ransom for the information that was, the virus that you guys were dealing with on a computer.
Yeah.
And you said you had to deal with somebody in India. My comment, or actually I guess just the way I looked at it, I mean, it sounded scary nonetheless, but I want to know why you guys paid it. Because giving the guys in India the money is the reason why these guys continued to do that.
Well,
I would have said, I don't care how much information, we're starting from scratch.
Yeah, and you may be in a position where you can say that, but there are instances where the cost to rebuild would be more than the cost to pay the ransom.
Doesn't matter. At that point, that's how these guys are continuing. You guys basically gave them what they wanted. I would have said, I don't care if it costs me $1,000 more. I am not going to pay him.
I appreciate the conviction on that, Mike, but some people don't have it. Right? It's not my call anyway to make. Right?
No, I know that. But would you agree that when these guys are paid, it just keeps getting worse?
To a certain extent, yeah. There is a motivation there, which is the cash. So yes, but at the same time, I understand both sides of that situation, which is some people can't afford to rebuild that data.
Okay, I got it. All right, my second question is in the business world, where you have a computer in an office or multiple computers, is there a way to protect the computer via the USB drive? Because as you guys are suggesting today, it could take seconds for somebody to slip a a flash drive, put it in your machine, and boom, everything you have is gone. Is there a way that you can shut the USB off so it doesn't accept anything unless you turn it on?
All right, so for the two different types of sticks that are there, the one that steals passwords, you can just there's all kinds of things you can do to just turn off the port. With the second type, the kill stick, then that one you have to physically disconnect the wires from that or cap it off.
It'll still feed juice into the port, right?
Right.
So is there a machine made or is there a product that is available that you can literally take the USBs and slide them out so that the machine is 100% safe? The only way that someone's going to be able to play with it is to get on or go into the BIOS if they shut it off. But for a quick, easy fix, is there something made where the USB ports are actually not there?
Well, from all the machines of like your front USB ports on a tower on virtually all machines, you can just unplug those, right? Where you can physically disconnect the power to those ports. The ones in the back, though, you can't do anything about. You're gonna have to have some way to cap them off and glue those down or something.
But the access point is 100% taken care of, because who's going to be able to take out, unless it's somebody that breaks into your place, takes the tower, steals the tower, or actually does something to the computer. But I'm saying, just as a quick reference, the computer's not going to be movable unless you drag it out, you disconnect all the stuff to get to the back of it. So for safety, would you suggest getting rid of the USB ports in the front as far as the power supply?
Well, there are lots of businesses that we tell them to disable USB, specifically if they don't want people stealing data from them or otherwise putting stuff on the machine, via memory stick. So to answer your question, sort of, yes. I mean, the chances of somebody using a kill stick on your machine is still pretty low. But and that's also a different type of threat, right? It requires a physical disconnect. But a logical disconnect is something that we recommend for most every business if they don't want their data being stolen.
Okay. All right. Well, then I should give you a call so that we can get together and figure out how we can make our machines more safe, because I think that's a really heavy part of computing that people don't think about. It would take seconds for somebody to hop over my counter, put a stick in, and boom, it's done.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, it happens. So
yeah. Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate your show, and how do I get a hold of you?
Well, you can give us a call down at the shop at 304-8300.
Very good. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Have a great day. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Hey, Mike, how do we get a hold of you? Did he hang up already?
Yeah, he's gone.
You can go to perfectionalworks.com if you want to talk to Mike.
There you
go. His phone number's listed there.
Mm-hmm.
Information about his business, how long he's been around, and all of that stuff. He's got a fairly nice website, too.
Yeah.
It'll work.
It'll work.
Yeah. It's funny is that I forget that not everybody understands my my sort of underwhelming appreciation of things.
Mm-hmm.
If I say something is, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, for a normal person, that would be, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, it's good. It'll work. Does the trick.
Yeah, I found that out like a month ago when I brought you a Mountain Dew. And you're like, yeah, it's okay. And then I didn't bring one the next week. You're like, how come? And I'm like, I didn't think you liked it. You said, I thought it was okay. I'm like, what? Okay, fine.
Yeah, my sense of, how I express myself is maybe not calibrated properly. So let's take a break. Kent, let's do that. We're going to do that here. We're doing it 2 minutes early, but you know what?
It's bottom of the hour.
It's my show. I can do what I want.
Yeah, there you go.
790-2040 if you want to be part of the show. We'll be right back.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice.
I'm nerdy in the extreme and whiter than sour cream. I was in a V club and glee club and even the chess team. Only question I ever thought was hard, what do I like, Kirk or do I like Picard? Spend every weekend at the Renaissance Fair, got my name on my underwear. They see me stroll.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. There was something else that we could offer as a protection against losing data when it comes to the kill sticks, and that's using terminals.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that. But yeah, you could use some type of like a thin client or something where if that gets blown up, then all the data's still there. You didn't lose anything. It's useful.
And then Rob also mentioned the custom cases that you have to unlock.
Yeah, but it's the same key for all of them, though, for most of them anyway. True. So, I mean, there's some protection there, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're worried about someone just jumping over and sticking something in the USB key, sure. But the keys for most cases are the same. I guess probably people didn't know that before, but
yeah.
Almost all of the circular keys for cases are the same. So and like all the Dell keys are the same. There's like 2 different keys or something for all the different server racks that are out there. Which is great if you lost a key. You just grab one from the other server because it'll let you in. But yeah, most of the cylindrical, the circle keys, are the same for the cases, depending which size they are. So anyway, that is another method in which you can protect yourself from those types of attacks. Personally, I just unplug the ports. Doesn't require you to do transplant, and it definitely doesn't require you the extra cost of buying extra hardware. Just unplug the port.
I have a question.
Cost you nothing.
Can you take ports out and then put new ones in?
What do you mean?
So I have 8-ish USB ports,
right?
But only like 2 work because they're not working anymore.
Oh, can you physically replace?
Or should I just get like a new case?
Right. So if you got a new case, it would come with new USB ports. But yes, you can get add-in USB ports. They would take either up the old floppy space if you have that on your case, or they have some that'll fit into where the extra CD bag goes. Okay. So card reader / USB, whatever. All right. And so that can definitely help out with that.
Yay, I got an answer.
Yay. But you didn't even have to call in. You didn't even have to call 790-2040 to be involved in the show.
But you know what? Other people have.
Other people definitely have.
Yeah, we got a couple in the queue.
Yeah. So I think that as soon as Kent gets off the phone, we'll talk to one of them.
There you go.
He's a very busy guy.
He is.
He's very, very
beyond
busy.
the glass.
All right then.
We're gonna
take a call. Let's go ahead and talk to Frida. Hello, Frida. How are you?
Is this the chiropractor?
No.
Oh, there's another show going on.
Is there? I don't know about.
Oh, I don't know. He was talking.
Oh, it's on the hold. Maybe they was listening to a different.
Yeah, there was a confusion there.
All right.
But anyway, I would just say he's saying about, be careful what you eat on all these holidays, and I would say have a hell of a good time. Worry about it tomorrow.
I like your way of thinking.
It's so ridiculous.
I'm with you, Frida. Let's just yes. Thank you very much for the call.
I mean, these people, don't do this, don't do that. Do it and then worry about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Lord.
Sounds good.
That's how I live, too. Appreciate the call, Frida.
All right.
Have a nice day. I hope that she gets a hold of whoever she was actually trying to call. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Dave. Hello, Dave.
My back hurts. It hurts. Is this the right show?
Not nice.
Wait a minute. Was that for real?
I believe it was.
Yeah, I
thought it was. Does James T. Harris ever call in anymore?
He hasn't called on my show, not since.
I think he's a little busy over there now.
Sounds like it would be something like he might pull on. I don't know.
How can I help you, Dave?
That was funnier than anything. Okay. I have a real computer question.
Okay, lay it on me.
I have Windows 10. I just got it, and I have an old hard drive with a ton of music on it. And I can't get Windows 10 to recognize it.
Okay.
Is there anything you suggest?
Okay.
Should it recognize it, first of all?
It's just a regular
It's really old.
It's just a regular external hard drive?
Pardon?
It's just a regular external drive?
Yeah, Western Digital, if you're familiar with them.
I've heard of them once or twice.
My Book, I think it was called.
And so when was the last time that you had this working?
I had a Windows 7 machine, and the switch started to kind of act up, so I just went ahead and bought a new computer.
Okay.
Thinking that there'd be no problem just switching everything over.
Okay. So, yes, it should recognize the drive. It's not terribly uncommon for the enclosures themselves to die.
Mm-hmm.
So
you mean the external hard drive?
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
external
that's what I'm wondering, because it was old.
All right, so the enclosures for those drives can quit.
It actually lights up.
Yeah, so that doesn't really mean anything, though. The enclosure
but
could be...
the internal hard drive doesn't start to, it used to make a noise.
Right, so if the USB ports die on those enclosures, which is fairly common with the older MyBooks,
mm-hmm.
if the enclosure itself doesn't detect a USB connection. It doesn't power up the drive.
Okay.
So if there's some type of a problem with the USB connection between the computer and the drive itself, then it's not ever going to spin up. So I would suggest you can just go down and pick up another enclosure and transfer the drive internally from one to the other. The older MyBooks, you could still do that, and the new ones you can't.
Now you're speaking.
Well, if that's the case, then that means that you bring your drive down, and we can do it for you. We can get the data off of it.
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
then
there's a high likelihood of that.
Okay. So there's a lot of stupid music. It's all just music.
Right.
But there's a lot of good stuff on there.
Well, then
you would even like.
Even I, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's everything of all genres. Everything.
Well, bring it down. We'll make a copy for
I'd
you.
appreciate it. Okay, great.
We're open today, even if you want.
Is that right?
Yeah.
On the east side?
Nope. Only Fort Lowell's open today.
Have to wait till Monday.
All right, Monday it is.
And then I'll check out the chiropractor too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call, Dave.
Bye.
Yeah, the chiropractor call was kind of weird. Did you get that straightened out over there? You figured it out? You know?
I'm not sure what happened.
Is there a chiropractor show happening?
I think there's an alternate plane of reality.
Right?
Between,
that could be.
I don't know.
I mean, the advice wasn't bad, though. You just do what you do, man.
Yeah.
And deal with it tomorrow, right?
You do you.
You know, if you're going to procrastinate, you just deal with that tomorrow. You're only going to half procrastinate, though.
Enjoy
right?
your food.
You're going to enjoy the food now, right? Not procrastinate.
It's good food. Won't be good tomorrow. I'm just saying.
Unless it's pasta. Pasta's always good the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
You should always wait until tomorrow.
Pizza, too.
Yeah,
Pizza almost is pasta.
No, it's not.
It's kind of.
Well, how do you draw the distinction?
So spaghetti is pasta, right?
Right.
And it's a breaded product.
Well, it's pasta.
Yeah, it's a bread product, like made with wheat and flour and stuff, right?
Okay.
And so as a pizza crust, you use the same type of sauce. You use a tomato-based sauce.
Okay.
You have cheese and stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
there you go. Pizza is just flat pasta, and it's awesome.
There are some, dietary gymnastics happening right there.
Hey, my vegetables include raw carrots, iceberg lettuce, and potato chips.
And ramen and ketchup.
Wait, potato
They're
chips?
vegetables. It's just fried potatoes.
You know what? I don't even know. I don't even
Onion
know.
rings, too. Onions are vegetables. I'm so healthy.
Yeah. No.
I am the healthiest of eaters.
Holy moly. Okay, then.
You're learning so much today.
I am. This is very enlightening, Tara. It really is.
I'm sorry. I totally hijacked the show. What should we talk about for the next 3 minutes?
Let's talk about potato chips being a vegetable. What?
Hey, look at this McDonald's.
You're
see
talking
this?
about the. All right, so let's first of all throw a disclaimer on this story.
Mm-hmm.
This particular story has been circulated around for a few years.
Yes.
And I have not seen it actually come to fruition. However, I did see a mention of this story in the Wall Street Journal. So it may lend some credence to this, but basically with the push for the $15 an hour minimum wage, there was a story that's been, like I said, circulated around that there is a McDonald's in Phoenix that is going to go for full automation. And which would be sort of a logical next step. And McDonald's has got the money to do that type of thing.
They do.
They can afford to push for complete automation in their stores, where basically the only purpose of people, human beings, being paid that $15 minimum wage would be to, A, make sure that people are punching their own buttons correctly, and to deliver the food to your table, according to the article. And I have got no confirmation that this is an actual thing happening in Phoenix.
Yeah. Even the source.
Yeah, I mean,
The source is newsexaminer.net.
Yeah, it's not well sourced. However, if the Wall Street Journal was mentioning this particular article, I mean, it lends something to that. But at the same time, I think they're talking more about the idea, not necessarily the individual story itself. So yeah, there is automation coming. Yes. Is it coming for everyone? Yes. but it's going to be different timelines for all of those people. I think that the little test subjects you see, as an example, in certain airports that are at McDonald's that are basically completely robotic, that makes sense. And I think those are basically test beds for larger rollouts at some point.
They work well.
They do. And there's a, I guess I just don't understand, right? There is I guess anybody who basically has to deal with their own budget should know that the push for 15 is not really gonna benefit you long term.
Right.
Yeah, I think that there's a definite downside to trying to accelerate the process of automation, and they don't realize that that's what they're doing. That if the cost of a robot is really, really, I mean, if it costs less than an annual salary of a single person, why not buy the robot?
Yeah.
Or if it costs less than that annual salary over a number of years, the expected lifespan of that robot, then it still makes financial sense to buy the robot. And so there's a certain amount of, you're shooting yourself in the foot when you're asking for this type of thing. But, whatever.
We'll probably get there. And you know what? As long as I get my fries, because you know what? Fries are made of potatoes.
They're vegetables.
I need my vegetables.
Yeah, Snopes says that that the McDonald's story is false.
Well, yeah, I assumed as much, but
just
they've been
because
talking about it for a couple of years.
I would not, just looking at the fact that they do have the one-person operations running in airports, that's enough for me to go, yep, they're going to push this out. They're absolutely going to push this stuff out.
Yeah, it'll get there.
Yeah, and all it takes is a simple understanding of economics to say, well, yeah, go ahead, raise your minimum wage. You do what you do, and you look how many people become jobless. I mean, Seattle's an excellent idea. I mean, we have real data to work with. Look at Seattle. Look at the businesses in Seattle. None of them are surviving, at least none of the smaller ones anyway. And that's just the way it is.
RIP small business.
Yeah, and the people that are getting that $15 an hour can't afford anything because the prices of everything went up. So they're just as poor as they were before. They just have more dollars to spend, but everything's more expensive, so you get the same amount of stuff.
Funny how that works.
Did you say RIP?
Yeah, I did. I said RIP small business.
All right then.
Which is sad.
It is. It's the saddest story I've ever heard.
It is.
For me anyway, because I'm going to end up homeless. I remember telling you there's only 4 months a year that it's okay to be homeless in Arizona.
It's not okay ever.
What? All right.
Break time.
We'll be right back then.
Computer troubles? Need some advice? Call in now. Mike Swanson will be back after these messages. The Computer Guru Show, AM 1030, KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs for the next 9 minutes and treat you like a person.
That went by fast.
Yeah, we're out of time. That's it. 790-2040 if you want to get in for the last several minutes of the show.
We have one caller.
We do have a caller. Mr. Heller, how
Hello,
are you,
Charles.
sir?
Good. How'd that happen? You had a call. Hey, as far as quoting Snopes is concerned, be careful. They deny the reality that Trump was elected. So
no, this is true. This is true. But for the most part, they're pretty on point as far as their stuff is concerned.
No question on it. No question on it. The question I wanted to ask you was having to do with automation. As at some point, based on your experience as a technology expert, what do you make of some of the big people's worry that at some point computers will become technical enough to be sentient and make their own choices?
That's an interesting question. And I would have to say that if you happen to have HBO, you should watch Westworld. And they're exploring that question every episode. And it is beautiful the way that they're laying that out. Now, as far as what do I think the likelihood of in a nonfiction stance or instance that we will have sentience as far as computers are concerned.
Skynet will become active scenario.
I think that's a fairly low.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking just the Turing test, yes, that's going to happen, right? Yeah. We're going to see machines pass the Turing test probably within the next decade, in my opinion. And even that's kind of optimistic. As far as real sentience goes, I think that we're going to have to re-examine the definition of sentience, first of all. But secondly, I don't think that we're going to see that in our lifetime.
I don't know how we'd be able to tell whether it's a programmatic, a well-formulated programmatic answer, or it is real sentience. The Measure of a Man Star Trek episode of The Next Generation, or Colossus, the Forbin Project, or THX 1138, going back a number of years.
Right, and that's what I'm thinking that, at least for today's generation, and even because it's a remake, ours, the Westworld is doing a great job of exploring that idea of programmatic sentience, and then that next leap forward. And it's kind of, that show is amazing, by the way, just,
I'll have to check it out. I try to stay away from program. What is it? Is it on Netflix only, or is it on a network?
Well, it's HBO, so it's going to be an HBO Go thing. So
you can't get it on Netflix?
I don't think you can get it on Netflix, but it's definitely worth the watch. It's a very cool show, and it's got Anthony Hopkins in it, man. Yeah.
Is HBO available through some kind of a computer subscription without having any television service?
Yeah, it's called HBO Go. So there's the HBO Go subscription. So if you go to hbogo.com, you can sign up for that.
Because I don't have any form of a cable for TV. I do have internet, but...
Yep, well, it's available by itself now. They finally listened to They were like, well, people can keep pirating all these shows, or we can offer it for a reasonable price each month.
Right. I just gave up my crank phone for a rotary dial, so...
Oh, well, we'll get you there. All
right, sooner, some century or other. All right, thanks.
By the time computers are sentient, we'll get Charles Heller up to speed here. So, all right, thanks for the call, Charles.
Bye.
That show is amazing. Have you seen any of it?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, man.
I don't watch TV. I have one show that I watch.
We cover this all the time, and I'm just going to go ahead and keep asking you, have you seen it? Until you say yes at some point.
And
I mean, it's a law of averages. You're going to say yes at some point.
I also don't watch Walking Dead. I don't watch, what's that other one, Breaking Bad, that everyone was into. I haven't seen these things.
So Slick in the chat says that it's called HBO Now. Did they change the name of that? Because I know when they first offered the subscripay model,
I have no idea.
Still HBO Go. Did you change the name of that?
I don't do shows and stuff.
Apparently, I should probably pay for HBO. that might help. I just watched somebody else's.
Yeah.
That's how I see the show.
Yeah. I don't even have cable or anything anymore.
That's the story I'm sticking with.
Yeah, there you go. Go over to someone else's house.
That's right. I'm watching somebody else's HBO.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. It's not at all like it's easily found on the internet or anything like that.
Nope.
No, because that would be wrong.
Yep, it would be.
Yep. Okay, then. We'll go ahead and change the subject here. Let's talk about something that has been affecting Tara at work.
Oh, jeez.
So there's this hacker called Russian Trump fan, and he is celebrating the election of Trump by screwing with Google Analytics.
Yeah, thanks, Vitaly.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Vitaly
Popov.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's out in the open, and he's basically messing up metrics all over the place.
Yeah, and it's not like a huge thing, but it's enough to screw it up if you're having to do reports for different clients and stuff.
So, for those of you who don't know, Tara's day job is to
Do
basically
reports.
do SEO reports.
Yeah, SEO. I do all the analytics.
So you're looking at all of this analytic data, and you realize, it's not right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's off by a lot.
Did you say like 170% of them?
Well, some of them, if we have a smaller client that only has 100 or 200 clicks in a month, and this, brings an additional 80 to 150 clicks, then that's way more than they're used to. And then increasing their session duration for 175%. So the amount of time that somebody is on your website usually is 2 minutes or something, and then all of a sudden it's 5 minutes. The thing is that you don't see it unless you're looking by language. So in Google Analytics, you can actually break up your data to look at different segments of people who are going to your website. So you can look at location, you can look at language, and et cetera, where they came from on the internet. And one of the languages is secretgoogle.com. You are invited. Enter only with ticket URL. Copy it. Vote for Trump.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking at your analytics and you're wondering why they're weird, it's that guy.
Yeah, because he has hit like every single Google account.
That's awesome. And actually, that's something we're gonna put up this week as an article for the patron only stuff. Is that there is basically an infection that's going around Google accounts, and about 1 million have been infected this week. So we'll stick around for that. By the way, visit us down at the shop at 510 East 4 Lowell or 64 North Harrison. Give us a call at 304-8300 or visit our website azcomputerguru.com for more updates. GuruShow.com any time of the week, and you can listen to this show. We'll see you next. Goodbye.